Okay, let's make a turkey casserole. We got a bunch left over from Thanksgiving. Got to use it up. We can't have sandwiches every day, right? I've got about, I don't know, half gallon of water there. I'm going to put some egg noodles in it. It's a little bit salted already, so it calls for about, I don't know, 8 ounces. That's a 12-ounce bag. Probably should have had a lot more water than that, but that's okay. We're going to get that to boiling. Let's talk about bouillon cubes. These things, chicken bouillon cubes. They got a lot of sodium in them, so be careful, but these things are great. They don't go bad, so you can keep them in your house. Usually one bouillon cube gives you about a cup. These are twice the size. So, 2 bouillon cubes for a quart, right? Let's get them in the water over here. We're going to get these dissolving in a quart of water. We're going to make a basic Volute sauce. Volute is just thickened up broth. It could be fish broth, chicken broth. I'm going to get that a little broke. Of course, it's not going to dissolve that great for right now, because it's got fats and stuff in it. Just gonna let it sit that for a minute and get it out of the way. Okay, these guys are boiling. Turn them down a little bit. Let's cut up an onion. I'll do the one side. Leave the knot on there. Split it in half. It just helps us cut them. They peel a little easier. We're also going to use frozen veggies, peas, carrots, corn. I think there's some beans in there. Green beans, lima beans. Keep them fingers out of the way, right? That's a lot of onion. Let's go about half an onion for this. It's just 2 people. Alright, we got our turkey from the roasted turkey that we did. We're not going to need the skin. There's no strings in there. No strings attached. Let's get that skin off of there. Noodles are cooking. That's a bit, so let's get this off here. We're going to go with about this much. Fingers out of the way, right? Get the size that you want. We used to make that, remember, we used to bring home this stuff called turkey Tetrazzini every year from the club. We'd have just 50 pounds of turkey left. We had to do something with it, so we made Tetrazzini, and the members always looked forward to getting it. Alright. Cutting the long way, cut it a long ways again, and then we cut it back, making, I don't know, 1/2-inch cubes. You can do this with chicken, be no problem. Oh yeah, I'm going to grab a cup and a half, almost 2 cups. We'll save that for something else. Let's get this out of the way. Get our pan on. We're going to need about 1 ounce of butter, maybe a little bit more. Remember that roux that we made? This is going to be that roux. You definitely could use cornstarch. Yeah. But we're going to saute our onions in the butter first before we make the roux. A lot of soups do that. You'll saute the vegetables and then add the flour to it afterwards. Let the flour cook down. And then add your liquids to it. It's good for like chowders and stuff. Really good with chowder, actually. Noodles are cooking up. Casserole is great to have for bringing to people's house when you're invited. Good for parties and stuff. Easy to take to work with you too, let me tell you. Alright. Butter's hot. Betty's going to cook. We don't want to put the turkey in right now because the turkey will end up getting all broken up. Let this cook down. Noodles are cooking. A lot of salt in this bouillon cubes, so we don't want to do. There's also the low sodium. Like I was saying, the good thing about those bouillon cubes, you buy the boxes, 15 of them or something in there. They don't go bad. You know, you keep them in your fridge and just use them. You need a little bit of flavor, throw a chicken bouillon cube in there. Anytime anything, sauteing up some chicken, make a cup of broth, a little bit of lemon, pour it in there, thicken it up. A little Franny sauce, Franchise. Throw some piccata, some capers in there. Alright, egg noodles are cooking up. They're going to suck up all that water. Should have had a lot more water in there, but we're good. Alright, that's browning up. Gives some nice color in the bottom of that pan there, huh? We don't want to get it too fast. And we're going to turn our oven on. Let's get our oven on 350. Our noodles, we're not going to cook them super gooey. You want them to be able to still absorb a little bit without breaking down too much. Alright, we're not going to caramelize them too much. Hit that on medium. Let's throw about a cup of flour in there, or a cup of flour. About a quarter cup of flour. Right. Flour is soaking up all that butter. Nice. I'm going to let that cook for a minute. I know it looks a little dry, but we're okay. The reason it sucked it up like that is because there's water in that pan from the onions. If it was butter, it would have been fine. If you think it's too dry, you could always put a touch more oil in it. Butter, oil. And just give it a little quick shot of oil here. Alright, there we go. Nice, huh? Alright, our noodles are cooking up. That's browning up nicely. Let's get our chicken broth in there. When you do this, you want to get it in there all at once. Start messing around with it. It'll get too thick and it'll get all clumpy and nasty. Now don't forget, don't worry about that stuff. That'll all break down when it starts to boil. It's got hot. Those bouillon cubes are going to start breaking down. I could have used hot water in that pan, in that bowl. Alright, see that? Now our roux is all incorporated into the water. That flour's got to cook. So we're going to let that flour cook too. Egg noodles are cooking up nicely. Let's see how much longer on them. They only got a couple more minutes. This definitely has come to a boil. Roux has to be boiled. Now you could have done this with just sauteing the veggies a little bit. Put your broth in there and brought it to a boil. And mix a little cornstarch and water. Put that in it. See how that's starting to thicken up nicely? That's good. Let's give that a taste. Good, not too salty. Now I'm going to throw a little pepper in there. Okay, noodles are done. I'll step over and pour those out. Get that pan out of the way. Just coming to a boil. I'm going to throw our mixed veggies in there. What was that? Peas, carrots, corn, green beans, and lima beans. You can put whatever you want in yours. Like I said, I like those frozen vegetables. Alright, this is coming to a nice boil. That's just basically a veloute sauce. You can use that in pot pie. That's basically just the base in pot pies. Definitely good. It's come to a boil nicely. Once it boils, you want to get it down low. You definitely want to keep it moving because the roux will sink to the bottom until it gets absorbed into it. Onions are cooked. Veggies are cooking. It's boiling nicely. It's fairly thin. Let's get our turkey in there, huh? Like I said, you could use chicken in here. Not a problem. Buy one of those rotisserie chickens. Cut that guy up. Whatever's left over after dinner. Look at that, huh? This is basically turkey pot pie without the pie. So if you're doing this in a casserole, well, in a to-go situation where you're bringing it to someone's house, look at that, that's not too bad, huh? It's actually a pretty cool looking quick dinner. Let's get a quick view on that. Oven's ready. That looks good. Okay, let's get that thing off. Now we're going to take those noodles, excuse me, we're going to go right into here. No need to cool those off or do anything. Alright, just give it a stir. I'm going to mix it up nice, get it even, right? Alright. That would be good just like that, let me tell you. But because of casserole, unless it's all casserole. I've got Italian 5 cheese. You can use cheddar cheese if that's what you want. I'm going to get about a half a cup in here. Maybe 3/4 of a cup. Yeah, this is a 2-cup bag. Alright. Now that turkey or that chicken has already got pretty hot, so it'll start to break up on you if you mix it around too much now. But you want to get this stuff mixed, right? Now, this isn't going to take long in the oven. I'm thinking 20 minutes max because it's already hot. If you had it, you could make this a day in advance. It'll definitely suck up the sauce. It'll be a lot drier. Alright, our next task is grab these breadcrumbs. I'm just using plain breadcrumbs. I'm going to grab our bowl that our veggies were in. That should be enough to coat the top. And it's what? About a cup and a half. We're going to go ahead and mix another half a cup of cheese on that. You could put parsley in here right now if you wanted to decorate it and make it nice. Any flavorings you want, actually, right? Let's get that back over there. Sorry. We're just mixing that 5 cheese mix on some breadcrumbs. I'm going to go right over the top of this. Alright. Nice and even. Right in that oven. I'm going to set our timer for 20 minutes and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, let's see what we got. It's been about 35 minutes. Look at that, huh? Starting to bubble. You can definitely let this go until it like just boils and boils, but we don't want to. We want to leave it just at that. Maybe that handle's going to be hot. Let's see what we got in here, huh? Nice, huh? Breadcrumbs are going to give it a little bit of crunch. Let's get a little zoom on that, eh? So another great quick weeknight meal. And we can't beat that. A little bit of leftovers. Nice and juicy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze it up. Put it in packages. And then I can just grab out a little bit grab a pack here and there, throw it in the fridge. In the morning, it'll be ready when I get home that night, nice and thawed out. Just a few minutes in the microwave and it's hot.